Good afternoon. Welcome to the daily briefing at the EMA office where Chairman Kern and Sam Bierman is like fixtures here with us. Sam,
Yes.
numbers today and a lot to talk about.
Lots to talk about. So first we will go through with numbers. As of today, 76,126 St. Clair County residents have been tested, which is an increase of 839 from yesterday. We are currently at 6,750 positive test results, which is an increase of 46 today. And that does include both males and females from their teens up to their 90s. Our daily county positivity rate today is 5.5%. We are at 69,376 negative test results. Unfortunately, we are adding one additional death today, which does bring our county's total to 181. That was a male in his 80s who did have underlying health conditions. And as always, our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. For those who have completed their IDPH required 10-day isolation period, we are at 6,051. For state totals, 4,810,827 have been tested, with 264,210 positive test results, which is an increase of 1,466 from yesterday. And for deaths, the state is reporting 8,332, which is an increase of 20 from yesterday. For hospitalization numbers, and these are for hospitals in St. Clair County, currently we have 42 patients that are admitted due to COVID-related reasons, and 2 of those individuals are on ventilators. Regionally, for our hospitals, we have 71 patients that are admitted due to COVID-related reasons, and 7 of those individuals are on ventilators. For our congregate living facilities that are in outbreak status, and that does include 2 or more staff or residents that are either COVID positive or who have COVID-like symptoms, we will only announce any facilities that have had any changes. The first being Cedarhurst of Shiloh with 14 cases and no deaths, and that is an increase of 1 case for that facility. Esquilin Dammert Center at the Shrine, they are at 12 cases and no deaths, which is an increase of 6 cases for that facility. Integrity Healthcare of Smithton is at 28 cases and 1 death, which is an increase of 1 case. And finally, Lebanon Care Center is at 73 cases and 12 deaths, which is an increase of 1 case for that facility. This week, we do have some testing locations that are going to be available. Tomorrow, Wednesday, September 16th at McHenry University from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. testing will be available. And the address for that location is 400 North Alton Street in Lebanon. And this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, the 19th and 20th, there will be testing available at Gateway Classic Cars in O'Fallon. That will be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on both days. And that's located at 1237 Central Park Drive in O'Fallon. And finally, we were made aware today that HSHS over in O'Fallon is going to have a testing site that is going to be set up at 1512 North Greenmount Road in O'Fallon. And that will start on Wednesday, and that will be from 8:30 to 12 and from 1 to 4:30 for the foreseeable future. An appointment is needed, and that can be done through MyChart, which is an app through St. Elizabeth's Hospital. And now I will turn it over to Chairman Kern for his update.
It was quite a report today,
There's lots to
Sam.
talk about today.
You deserve a rest. We'll move into the zip code report at this time. Today, as in the recent past, we're only going to list the zip codes that have had changes. And remember, these are cumulative since COVID began in St. Clair County. So since March, these numbers have been compiled since then. So in 62206, we add 1 COVID positive today to 427. In 62207, we add 1 to 239. In 62208, we add 3 to 410. 62220 adds 5 to 534. 62221 goes up 4 to 632. 62223 goes up 7 to 386. 62225 goes down 1 to 30. 62226 goes up 4 to 694. 62232 goes up 1 to 186. 62243 goes up 1 to 97. 62254 goes up 4 to 239. 62260 goes up 2 to 131. 62264 goes up 1 to 92. 62269 goes up 3 to 525. And 62285 goes up 1 to 81. As Sam said earlier, our daily county positivity today was 5.5%, which then gives us a 7-day rolling average of 6.9%. So we're below 7 again. And of course, we have been below 8 now for, I think, 17 days, if I've got that number right. So St. Clair County continues to head in that right direction and be where we want to be. We want to be better, but this certainly is one of the best rolling day averages that we've had. If we look at our neighbors, which make up the rest of Region 4, Bond County today was at 5.1% positivity. Clinton County was at 17.0%. Madison County was at 19.7% today. Monroe County was at 25%. Randolph County, 29.8% case positive. St. Clair County was at 8.9%, and Washington County was at 28.8%, leading to a regional positivity, as reported by the state in their numbers, of 9.2%. So, Herb, we were on the call with the state today.
Yes, 9.2% going in the right direction. We still got our fingers crossed so we can continue to do that. Thanks to Team St. Clair and for all of you that are sharing up at the call. Interesting call. Having the key people on there makes the world of difference, I believe. We announced earlier with a little recording that we did after that call that there was not going to be any new mitigation currently, but we need to emphasize to our followers that it was made very clear on there that if the state starts seeing a spike in those numbers, that they can come back in within that 14 days and do mitigations. We don't want that, so we got to keep our foot on the gas, as you say all the time.
I think that one of the great takeaways from the call were, as you said, the mayors, the state representatives, the state senators, everyone was very forceful in saying if these mitigations are going to be put in place, the state's going to have to come forward with some dollars to be able to help the businesses and the communities survive this pandemic.
Forceful is putting it mildly.
I was very happy to hear all of the representatives and senators to a person said that Region 4 needs to be looked at on this, because Region 4 is the one that has these new mitigations. They're the ones that are requiring the closures, and if people are playing by the rules, it's hurting their business. And so the state is going to have to figure out a way to make up for that loss of business.
Well, and I think just from some of the messages that we've been getting here and private messages that they text in, our business owners are concerned, and as we share that concern with them, we have to have a level playing field. And it's unfortunate if you look at the numbers, St. Clair County is definitely trying to play by the rules. And as we've said all along, it's just about we need everybody to be compliant. When our sheriff's department has been out there and the local municipalities, they go out there. If we get a call, they're not out there writing tickets, and they're going out there saying, hey, come on, we're all in this together. If you're not following the social distancing or if you're not wearing the mask, let's just do that. And as you and I discussed today, we are seeing more and more people wearing the mask, and that's just great for all of us. When you're doing that, you're helping each and every one of us, plus yourself.
But what's unfair on the other side is that we have establishments and really, in some cases, whole counties, municipalities that aren't complying. And they're very proud of that. They say we're not going to enforce these rules. And so people who might be customers at the local businesses that are complying, they're going to these places where there are no restrictions. They're coming up with COVID and they bring it back to the community anyway. And yet the dollars have already left the businesses that are here, the ones that are complying, and gone to places with people who are cheating the system.
Well,
and
and
that is unfair.
It's unfair, totally. I saw an interview on one of the local news channels last night, another county, where they were talking about they were going to stay open, and I understand business. Business owners have to stay open, but then they turned right around and interviewed the health department director, saying that through contact tracing, we are finding that these are the type of establishments where our spike is coming from. So for the business owners to know that and to continue to stay open, I think you're putting your customers at risk. And I think that's something they have to take a look at. And if we don't get it under control, then we're all going to suffer. They talked about enforcement at the state police, and they don't want to do that. But again, this is a public health crisis, whether people believe it or not. All of us, I know from the members of Team St. Clair that have sent those messages saying that they know a family member or they know a friend that has been affected by it. Some of them have died from it. We had another death in the county now, up to 181. Across the state, 20 more death related to COVID. As we say all along, one death is too many. So we have to continue, as the chairman says, keep our foot on the gas. For those of you who are doing it, are wearing the mask, washing your hands, watching the social distances, please, we beg of you to continue to do that and spread that word. For those of you who aren't, consider those business people out there that are suffering. The longer you delay in being a part of the solution, the harder it is for each and every one of us. You talked, Chairman, about the money that possibly is going to be coming down. Again, forceful conversation. You and the state representatives and the senators, I think, sent a message home that our region should be looked at first, because we are trying to do the best we can, and our businesses need that help. And there's going to be more information on that coming out hopefully by the end of the week or early next week, and we'll make sure it gets out on our page.
And a reminder, St. Clair County is going to use a lot of its COVID money to support businesses. So through the Intergovernmental Grants Department, those grants are being rolled out. You'll be able to apply for those, so keep an eye on the...
There was already one round went out.
Right.
And
This will
there
be
was-
the second round with just about the same amount of money in it to be able to help businesses with the interruption of their service.
And that's the other thing I think it's worth mentioning. If you're one of those businesses out there that are having problems, if you're looking for assistance, you got to ask for it. We hear rumors, but again, we put on here, Mr. Stubblefield from the Intergovernmental Grants Department has been on here. I think the first round they did, I think there was like 60-some businesses that had applied and had received grants. And again, if another round's getting ready to come out, and now the state is allocating this money, but you got to ask for it, and hopefully you'll take advantage of that if you need it. If you don't need it, then great. But some of the stories we've been hearing, there's businesses out there, these mom and pop organizations that could use a shot in the arm until we get this thing behind us, and we're going to. The numbers are showing that. The regional positivity down to 9.2. Now keep in mind, I don't want you to come back and say, well, you guys said we're going to go down. We're still waiting to see what the effect of the Labor Day weekend is, and we should know here in the next 3 days if there is any spike in that. And you'll hear it right here every day on our briefings, because we're here until the chairman says we don't need to be here anymore.
Get your flu shot.
Yeah, flu shots are out. Get your flu shots, because as you heard physicians say that's been on here, they're concerned about a double whammy with the flu and still with the COVID going on. So do yourself and your family and your friends get the flu shot, and wear your mask, wash your hands, watch your social distancing, and be a part of that solution, not the problem. We'll be back with Cindy and Daisy in just a few moments to translate this into the Spanish communities, and we'll be back tomorrow with you, and hopefully those numbers are still going to be going down. Have a good evening.
Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs, TikTok, Grub, Hub, Twinks, Jocks, Bears, Cubs. Zoom is the new club. 6 feet, no hugs, still beat these mugs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs.
Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs.
No school, gym closed. Don't touch these clothes. Need food, this blows. Line at Trader Joe's. At home, gym, fish. Don't come close. Just wave, wave, blow a kiss. Mask for mask, sis. Left, right, swiping on Tinder. What was life like? I can't remember. Needing my haircut, somebody shave her. Where is all of the toilet paper?
Gloves, soap, scrubs. Mask, gloves, soap, scrubs.
Okay, dolls, y'all know what time it is. Come on, stay inside and lock the door. Stay inside and lock